Sound Remedy
with Danny D.
Only on Sonic Scout.
Yeah, it's about that time again. Sound Remedy with me, Danny D, live and direct, bringing you that weekly cure to the common playlist. Thanks so much for joining me. And wow, what a show we got lined up for you. Kicking off with our returning champ from last week with a crossover cure infusing hip-hop, indie. Absolutely wonderful. We cannot wait to get into that. Congratulations to the victor of last week's Song of the Week, which is where we're going to be kicking off. And we're going to be moving right into a mini takeover with an incredible artist that I know you're going to love. People that have been keeping up on social media are going to have a little inkling into this. And I'll tell you what a treat it is going to be. We're going to have a little bit of a mini takeover, and then we're going to go into one of the artists that we introduced you to last week. They got a whole brand new tune out, so we're looking forward to getting into a bit more of that too. Your weekly cure to the common playlist is about to cure what ails ya. Don't go anywhere, sit tight and get prepared, because we're about to take you on a sonic journey on the only station dedicated 100% to unsigned artists and emerging talent. Big shout out to Slim Blues, who was victorious. Another tight one. I tell you what, CZ, who is also known as Christoph Zimmerman, and is an incredibly accomplished songwriter. It was so close with CZ and the Slim Blues. And also we had Beth Eliza as well. That was very tight for Song of the Week. Slim Blues just pipped them to it, and we're so thankful to have you back. Kicking off this week's Sound Remedy. This is Slim Blues and One.
Check. One. Check. One must forego the self to attain total spiritual greediness and avoid the two etonics of degradation.
2 for 2 on the messy front, 1 for 1 on the love's magic blunt. Behaving like a nut. People say I'm the friendly face when I'm in this place. I live in outer space. Check. 1, 2 on the dirty mic in hand. Kill it while you can. Walk like a off man. Grab yourself a spot. Suss out truly, boy, what's what? Work out what's real, what's not. Do what you want, what you want, what you want. Do what you can, what you can, what you can.
Ever seen a grown man naked?
Do what you want, what you want, what you want. The time behind is more than ahead. Feeling nearly dead, feeling overfed. Can't get out of bed. Lesson learned, I'm just moving on. Never did no wrong, knew it all along. It's time to realize.
One. I feel a little anxious.
Time's not on your side.
One.
It's time to realize.
Slim Blues. And of course, and his pal Alan. Shout out to Slim Blues. Come on. Single of the week. Wonderful from Slim Blues. Loving that tune. And I think that's very, very close to getting released. So keep an eye on that. Slim Blues on all the big streamers. Slim Blues Music. All one word on Instagram and on TikTok. Make sure you catch up with Slim Blues to see what is coming next. True, eclectic, authentic, absolute bangers. And I'll tell you what, some very, very emotive music as well that Slim Blues has done. One of the songs, Cruel and Kind, that Slim Blues released a short while back. I say a short while back, is probably a few months back now. That one resonated quite a lot. So shout out to Slim Blues producing a wealth of different styles of music. We love every single one of them, and we hope to see you back right here on The Sound Remedy with me, Danny D, very, very soon.
The Sound Remedy
with Danny D.
Now we are going to be doing something a little bit different on The Sound Remedy today. I'm going to introduce you to an artist who submitted recently to Sonic Scout, and I checked out her stuff and I was absolutely blown away by it. Immediately when I heard it, I was like, this is coming on The Sound Remedy. This is the kind of thing that we love to hear. It's eclectic, it's diverse, it bridges a lot of gaps. Genre bending is definitely a phrase that I would use when talking about this artist's music. And we're very fortunate to have her with us. We're going to be going through a mini takeover. And I caught up with Charlie to have a bit of a chat about some of the songs that we're going to be playing. So we're going to be rolling through that and showing you what is coming from her forthcoming EP, Mantra, which is coming very, very soon. We are very fortunate to be able to preview this EP with you now. We're going to play a few of the songs from it. I hope you love them as much as I do. Charlie, welcome to The Sound Remedy.
Hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to have you. Where you've got Mantras coming out next month. How did you get to this point? Like, you know, what kind of led to Mantra?
Yeah, for sure. So I've recently just finished uni, and it's been almost 2 years now. But whilst I was at uni, which was a music uni, I met this producer, and we kind of always were kind of working together and did a couple of singles, and we were like, okay, I think it's time to drop an EP. And I didn't really have like a concept for it initially. I wasn't too sure where it would go. I just had an idea of like what I would want it to be, but where it would take me was like a very separate thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm one of those people that when it comes to like being in a session, I don't want to think about it too much. If you ever think, you end up just kind of like messing with the process. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you don't want to set an idea, you don't want to set up a standard right off the bat, just in case, you know, you mess with something that could potentially happen. Do you know what I mean? You could kind of get in the way of something that could really work. So weirdly enough, like with all of the songs of this EP, it kind of evolved around a lot of feelings that I was kind of experiencing about like moving out of a really small town and trying to kind of figure out my own identity rather than the one that I kind of forced myself into to kind of feel like I could blend in. Do you know what I mean? Like, absolutely. You kind of, when you grow up, you kind of feel like you need to blend in as much as you can, adapt to your spaces, the small spaces that you are a part of, the small communities like schools and clubs and what have you, and your area. Like, I don't know, my area was very predominantly white at the time, and I was trying so hard to be what I wasn't, and it never really worked, and it was just a really difficult time for me. But it finally I was finally able to kind of really be who I wanted to be once I went to uni. And I feel like a lot of people would agree with that and understand that and feel and really resonate with that, because it's almost like a clean slate. You can start all over again. So I was kind of really encapsulating or trying to kind of bring that to life musically through this EP, where I don't know, it was just like trying to embrace like myself, understand myself. And it's quite funny because like, I mean, I went to uni to try and figure out my sound, so it's just kind of like a really well-rounded experience of like me figuring out my sound, figuring out myself, and trying to translate that in this EP essentially.
That's so cool. So it's kind of like a self-expression and self-discovery kind of happening simultaneously.
Yeah. No, defo. And I feel like, as well, the whole point of life as well is like trying to accept the fact that it's ever-changing, that you're constantly evolving, and you know, you're always going to change in this life. Do you know what I mean? Things will kind of change you, and things will like mess with your past. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be so linear. So just trying to adapt and accept that part of life as well kind of makes
100%
life more like, you know, beautiful in that way. But yeah. Right.
So Mantra is the title song of the EP. What is the song about for the listeners who are about to hear it?
Yeah, so Mantra, so I kind of sung it in the perspective of like, I'm not saying I am a god, obviously, flipping out, but like, it's in like a deity, something that a higher power that is looking out for you and can sense that you're feeling, you know, disconnected with your journey. Do you know what I mean? And trying to kind of help you figure out your path or try and guide you in the right direction is pretty much the tone I was setting. I mean, it's really funny, like when I explain songs, I don't really know what I'm doing until I hear it back. Like, I really don't know how to explain it. Anytime I do, everyone's like, what the hell are you on about? But like, I don't really think I'm in my body when I'm writing, because like when I listen to what I've sung back or I see what I've written, which is coherent and isn't like, it's not like I'm talking absolute rubbish, but it's almost like from a space where I can really escape. Like, I really get what artists mean when they say they really escape when it comes to their music, because I'm not there. Like, I'm not really, I'm not really with it, like, in that way. I feel like I go somewhere else.
Feel the rush of my spine. I just know that you need molding into our divine. Fall deep. Share with me and we'll ascend. Feel you out from your depths. I know you more than you let on, and all that you're made out of control. Indulge me. Oh, you're sure, fusing the in-between. Say the word and I'll tenfold. Just release. Surrender to me. Wrap around my body, follow my lead. Cleanse your aura, down so easy. It's mesmerized by the power. Me, I wonder the way you've been. Crowds won't divide our seat inside your mind. Feel like I could work you out. Now follow through, boy. Nobody gets you like I do.
people that have just joined us, we are currently being joined by Charlie. This is the mini takeover from Charlie, whose debut EP is dropping next month. Is it the 6th of December?
Yes, it is, yeah.
6th of December. So we've just heard Mantra, and for the listeners, I just wanted to get an idea of the instrumentation that we heard on that song, because there's a lot going on there rhythmically with the kind of slight guitar parts that are in there that I picked out. Do you do all of the instrumentation, or do you produce the entire instrumental as well as the vocals?
So I worked with a producer on this EP, Q, and we really, really collaborate. I honestly, when it comes to hearing how other artists work, it really does intrigue me, because that's just not how I could see it ever working in my case. But like, we really sit and I kind of explain how I want it to sound. I really wanted the opener to be really soothing and kind of hypnotic, and like, I didn't want an instant like boom, do you know what I mean, like this is it, do you know what I mean? I didn't want it to be too intense. I wanted it to be a really gradual progression from the start to the end. But like, it was literally in the late hours of the night, where it was the sun, like the sun was down, the moon was out, and like, I just wanted it to feel kind of like, I don't know, the way I describe things to him, he gets, which was really, really helpful. But like, I just wanted it to feel like dry and like a bit deserty. I don't know, I just see colours. I see colours and like imagery when it comes to making music, and it just seems to translate whenever he plays. Wow. So
the next song we were going to play is, I had a song in mind that I wanted to play, but apparently, is it a bonus track or is it not on the EP? What's can we talk about it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I was ideally wanting to kind of like, this was like the last song. So literally, like, as I said before, like the EP is literally in the order that we recorded it. And it was like, not necessarily purposeful, but it really just worked out that way. But anyway, but like, I just wanted to try and see, because I see a lot of artists, like, they start off with a single and then they add another single and then it forms into an EP. So I was trying to kind of do like my version of that and see whether it did anything. So it's just kind of an experiment, essentially.
Is Dizziac, is that going to be on the EP, or is that going to be on it?
It's going to be on the EP, but just released like as a, yeah. So it'll just be released like a week later, sort of thing.
Okay. All right, we'll keep an eye out for that one. We are going to be playing Iris, and this is kind of another kind of spiritual deity type inspiration, would you say, behind the song?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so basically my producer, like, he was like, I've got this beat, Charlie, like, can I come over and let's like kind of work on it? And I was like, okay, sure, whatever, do you know what I mean? And so he kind of played me, not the whole thing, it was just like the start of it, you know, and wanted to see where I would take it. And I don't know, it was really weird. As soon as I heard it, I just could see like, it's a really specific scene, but Percy Jackson, there's a movie, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief or something like that. And it's funny because but it's like nothing, it's kind of relevant to the song, but it is relevant at the same time. But basically, like, there's a scene where they go into this casino, from what I gather, and they take like this lotus, like sweet or food or whatever it is, and it basically it hypnotizes or puts people under this spell where they cannot leave this casino. They just keep on taking it, and then they lose complete track of time. And it's just a really chaotic night. Like, everyone is having so much fun, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a really chaotic, fun casino. They're playing games, they're partying, and then one of the characters like bumps into someone else who's like wearing 70s clothes, and it's like they literally like, he's like, they say something to the effect where he's like, oh, like, I love this game. And he's like, oh, this is a classic, isn't it? And he's like, no, like, this came out like only a year ago. And he's like, what year do you think it is? And he's like, 1971. And it's just like, so this guy has been there for decades, right? And it just trips him out. So like, I don't know, I just weirdly saw that scene. But like, when it comes to this song, it's kind of different in the sense that, like, have you ever gone to like a club, a party where it just feels like everyone everyone is having a great time. It's so rare to see now. Like, there's sometimes I go to like a club and like people aren't even dancing. They're just like loitering or just like hanging on the sides, and it's such a shame. It really kills the vibe, and I just want to go home at that point, because I really love going to events where everyone is having a great time, getting proper excited when the DJ's putting on a tune. Like, anyway, but when you go to a party like that and it's like everyone is having so much fun, but it almost feels like a bit supernatural. Like, everyone is on the same wavelength, the same frequency, having such a great time, and pretty much like embracing that fun. Like, I feel like people don't realize how much we really absorb people's energy, and it's so nice when you absorb great energy, everyone having a great time. You can just feel it in the air. Like, you can feel it when you're with people. Everyone is just so happy and having such a great time, and it's just so fun to like be present in that. So I was just trying to kind of put a twist on that feeling.
It's the pressure rising up under the clouds, smoking sensors, reaching out just for the crowd. Mirrors measure windows of the higher mind, seeps the tension, words enough to fade the night. Going through mission, you're just meant to blend in nicely. New dimensions, errors met you. I feel her in the air. Draw me in, trace the shadows that drew me so in. Cross the balance in that space that night. I'll try to find what is mine. No limit, pull me in your clutch just one more sin. Take me to the heights I couldn't find. I'll try to find what is mine. Got you sinking, missing all decisions that have slurred right out of mouths. I can see visions, inhibitions have got you upside out. Can't you hear the bed for it? No one declares for it. No, you wouldn't fight it. Reminiscing, got you fixing the hours once renewed. Draw me in, trace the shadows that drew me so in. Cross the balance in that space that night. I'll try to find what is mine. No limit, pull me in your glass just one more scene. Take me to the heights I couldn't fly. I'll try to find what is mine. Baby, gone over my head, but I could've swear you more than taking me into your head, wanted to repair the wrongs of mine. Lied that you rinsed, the night is relived. You got out the room, you couldn't lie. Errors the way you took out the lead. You gold is the cop, everyone. Sweetheart, won't you sell the night to me inside? Such a rush to dopamine, meaning nothing can intervene. Talk me into your scheming, meaning your secrets.
So Q, how did you get linked up with Q? Do you guys go back to uni together, or is it this?
I met him literally. So during first year, it was post-COVID. Everyone was ready to make music, pretty much. It was so fun for that. Anyway, but like because my uni wasn't like on a campus, everyone had their like accommodations off of the uni, sorry. So he was actually staying in an accommodation that wasn't too far from mine, and I was friends with a guy that was living there, and we were making music, and then we bumped into each other. And I don't remember when we first met. I actually don't remember it. Like, he always says that I was coming off a certain way, and I know I didn't, because it's just not me anyways. But like, I do not remember when we met, but like,
you weren't loitering at the bar and not dancing, were you?
No. No, I rebuke that energy. But no, we literally met in the accommodation, and he was like, yeah, let's do a session. And I was quite not skeptical, I was just anxious, because it was my first time for everything really when it came to music. Like, first time writing a song properly, and like I was still figuring out my sound, and he was also in that stage of his life trying to figure out how to get better at production. That's why we went to that uni, do you know what I mean, to become better versions of our artist or what have you. Anyway, so yeah, we really did a lot of the music on my discography is very, you can really tell we're just trying to figure it out. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I really love like the idea of keeping my music, as much as it's not the most coherent like discography ever, but I do like kind of going through the evolution of my sound every once in a while. But yeah, we really started off a little bit, just trying to get to know each other, practicing and figuring out how we work, and then it soon just became more and more effortless, really. Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. So the next song that we're going to be playing is Outer Space. This was the one that I definitely, out of all of them, I love all of the songs on the EP, but this was the one that I thought, I'm feeling this. It's just something, it's the groove, everything about it. I absolutely love it. Talk to us about Outer Space. Give the listeners a bit of a glimpse into Outer Space and the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this song, we started off in the studio. I was like, I want a song that is just strut-worthy, but also a bit supernatural. And it was so fun to make. It took me I loved the beat so much that I was so overthinking about writing it. I knew what I wanted to write about, which is essentially like, I don't know, at times, as a woman, as anyone really, sometimes you just feel alien in your body. I think it's a neurodivergent thing as well. It took me a really long time to kind of like really feel comfortable in my body. And essentially that song is about me feeling alien in my body and kind of paranoid about how people perceive me. That's pretty much what this song is about. And about me being kind of defensive about it, or, kind of, when you're defensive, but you're also scared. You know what I mean? Like that kind of balance. But yeah, it took me a really long time to write this song, which was a first. I'm normally one of those people that I know exactly where it's going to go instantly. And then I remember one time I came home for like a weekend, because this was still me burnt out, and I slept, and then I remember I just woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like, I've got it. I've actually got it. I've got it. And I've got the voice recording somewhere. No, it's I still saved it. It's just me whispering the melody. Oh, wow. And I wrote it all in that night, and then that was it.
4 a.m.
It was just like one of those. No, seriously, I've never woken up like that abruptly, like ever since. But it's been playing on my mind that much, clearly.
So far, infinite, like it's so hard up in the stratosphere. Got you losing sleep, wonder what you need around here. Senses moving slow, come on, let me take you in. Ready to go, walking in your zone, territorial mode. I know you wanna know, skilling up to me, won't lead anyone home. No sense you wanna be on my knees, so caught you up the planet B, leave on me. I didn't have to be this way, honestly. Boy, you've been needing proof. You just wanna hide away and make a break. I posted for my show, take you to leave it. I give you a chance, now will you keep it? No, I know you mean it. I can see it in your eyes, baby. No one can define me. Lose hit, you can't help you. And you know I will not compromise. Baby, don't deny. I give you heads up too, so don't try to make excuses. No, I will not prove it. Send you into I can't fit with you. Step into
That is the one of those great stories behind those big songs, you know, just like, yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning, boom, it came to me and that was it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Charlie, for all of the wonderful, it's been great to meet you and to hear, you know, your journey and everything else. Mantra's coming out on December the 6th. What else, what's going on after Mantra? When Mantra drops, what's the next step? Are you gigging? Are you still writing? What's going on?
Yeah, so I've recently moved back to London after being in my hometown for a while. It's quite difficult after uni. Anyway, so I've like pretty much ever since been really on it about gigging, doing everything as much as I can, trying to find people to collaborate with. So I've got another single that is queued up that I would like to release, but I'd also like to work with new people and see where it takes me from there. But there's no gigs officially sorted yet because it's the time of the year. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is ready to wrap it up for the new year. So if anyone wants to know, then it's on my socials, which is Earth2Charlie.
Awesome. Earth2Charlie on Insta and on TikTok. Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you for sharing your music with Sonic Scout and particularly with the Sound Remedy. It's been wonderful. Charlie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, what a talent. Thank you so much to Charlie, and absolute pleasure it was to talk about those tunes with you, and what an EP that is going to be, folks. I'll tell you what, make sure you rush out and get that coming in December. Now, moving on to another incredible emerging artist, another singer-songwriter. This is someone else who I go quite a way back with too, a rising UK pop artist known for her heartfelt storytelling, soulful vocals and fearless creativity. Now, Marley Ray was born in Oxfordshire, released her debut single So High, which was a feel-good track, and it really burst her out onto the scene. She was a fresh voice in pop, and it actually featured on ITV's Love Island TV show. Oh yeah, and brought her national attention and a big growing fan base. Since then, she's focused on crafting a sound that's authentically her own. And when I spoke to her recently about what is coming next, she said, listen, I'm not kind of into the whole genres thing. I'm mixing it up. I'm doing a bit of this, a bit of that. And I'll tell you something, folks, we love the eclectic stuff here on Sound Remedy. You just heard it with Charlie, right? And if you go through all of our shows so far, we are just diving into different scenes and different, if it's good, then it gets on, right? We're not pigeonholed by genres, and I love it when artists branch out into different genres and really experiment with their sound and stuff like that. Marley Ray's definitely doing that. Now, it says on her bio, she's guided by her mentor, Mark Wolfie Woolliscroft, whose credits include Tina Turner and Pink. Come on. We had this last week too. We had these emerging artists that are connected to these big names, right? Big names. Malia continues to push boundaries, writing, producing, and collaborating with world-class musicians, including Saturday Night Live bassist James Genus. How about that? Shout out to James Genus. And what she's basically come with in this one is an incredible, heartfelt and emotive song called Goodbye. Now you can hear a lot of different influences in the song. The song's already getting quite a lot of attention. We're so fortunate to have it right here on the only station dedicated to emerging artists and unsigned talent, Sonic Scout Radio, and particularly on the Sound Remedy. Malia Ray, it's wonderful to have you on the show. We hope you come back again soon. I heard this song for the first time a short while ago when I saw it had just been released, and I was like, I've got to play that on the Sound Remedy. Absolutely loving it. I hope you love it as much as I do. This is the incredible Malia Ray and the wonderful Goodbye.
Tell me how you feel. Does it feel real? Now that I've learned the truth, guess I was blind and never knew. Do you feel regret? The thoughts in your head, does it eat you up inside? Or do you still think it's fine? I have nothing left to say. Never thought it could end this way. I really tried. I cried every night. Now I must say goodbye. I lost my mind. Did you realize? How could you not see the pain you stirred in me? All of the hurt you caused. How about a round of applause? You put on a show. So glad I know. Now I can let you go. I have nothing left to say. Never thought it could end this way. I really tried. I cried every night. Been broken so many times. I gave everything to you. Thought you would give me all up to. All of the lies, so terrified. Now I must say goodbye. The thought of me letting go when you were all I'd ever know. I was so full of fear. I couldn't live that way. Never could tear me down. I have found a way out. Finally free. It is no longer you and me. Now I have nothing left to say. Never thought it could end this way. I really tried. I cried every night. Been broken too many times. I gave everything to you. Thought you would give me all up to. All of the lies, so terrified. Should have been by my side. Now I never saw us there. Tell me how love could disappear. Tired of the tears, proud of these years. Now I must say goodbye. Goodbye. Tell me how you feel. Does it feel real? I finally walked away, all thanks to you and your betrayal.
Malia Ray and goodbye, and wowee, what an incredible follow-up single. If you hear Marley Ray's breakout single, So High, my word, there is such a range right there, just in being able to create two songs that are so diverse. What a wealth of talent that is, and shout out to Marley Ray. If you want to catch up with Marley Ray, you can find her on Insta, TikTok, all of the main socials at Marlia, M-A-R-L-I-A, Ray, R-A-E, Marlia Ray. All the main socials, and of course on all of the big streaming platforms too, and right here on Sonic Scout Radio, the only station dedicated 100% to emerging artists and unsigned talent. And check it out, you need to get your music out there. You know what to do, right? Submit directly to me. You can hit me up at TSR Danny D on all socials, and you can email me directly, danny@sonicscoutradio.com. And if you want to hit up the website, get your submissions in. If you think you've got what it takes to become Single of the Week, Song of the Week, every week it gets tougher, doesn't it? And I'll tell you something, one of the artists today has got a slight advantage on everybody else because they've got three. You got a choice of three of their songs. You got three to choose from. So I got a feeling someone does have a slightly unfair advantage. But hey, you know what? It's all love on the Sound Remedy. Every song technically is Song of the Week, right? We get nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for you. And I tell you this online all the time. Am I good to you? Or am I good to you? Oh yeah, I'm good to you. Well, I tell you what, one of the things I was good to you with last week was another brand new emerging act. And coming off the back of Marley Ray's follow-up single with that diversity, showing that range, that wonderful range, and what a skill set, what an incredible songwriting skill set from Marley Ray. We're going to go to another group of young individuals who we introduced you to last week with a Sound Remedy exclusive.
Sound Remedy exclusive.
And I'll tell you what, they blew a bunch of people away. I had nothing but praise for these guys. What a young group they are, and what an incredible wealth of talent in these young individuals. Now, we brought you their breakout single last week, which I hear is now doing the rounds on all the main streamers and is actually going out on local radio too and all of that kind of stuff. So big shout out to the incredible Chocolate Gorilla, pushing their stuff out there, gigging, getting it out there, and absolutely wrecking it. And this is another incredible song that really showcases this group's diversity, their range of sounds, textures, skills, everything that they bring. It's absolutely wonderful. I heard it and I was like, you know what? If I got time, I'm going to put this on the next Sound Remedy too. Lo and behold, folks, we had enough time to do it, and I thought, yes, excellent opportunity to get this group back out there. The incredible Chocolate Gorilla, a three-piece indie pop rock band from Devon. And I tell you what, they're absolutely blowing up in Devon. They're blowing up on Sonic Scout Radio. And we were so fortunate to bring you that exclusive. You're Still the Same last week.
Only on Sonic Scout.
This song has a totally different vibe to it, and I hope you're going to love it as much as last week's song. This is Didn't Need You Anyway. Come on. The emotions that these guys put out in their records, I absolutely love it, and I know that you guys do too. We had nothing but big ups for the incredible Chocolate Gorilla and the wonderful sound that they create at such an incredibly young age as well. Nothing but bright stuff ahead of these guys. We're fortunate to bring you their follow-up song, Didn't Need You Anyway. This is the incredible Chocolate Gorilla.
When you faded into smoke, turned into a science kid should never know. Fights downstairs, slice into your breath. I watch my mother choose slower death. You promise you she said it every week, but I don't know the truth when it's lies you speak. I grew up with the pain where motherly love should be, but now you're just a scar on me. All love you ever gave to me was just an act to seem normally clean. And I won't forgive you what you've done to me, but I didn't need you anyway, you'll see. Couldn't sleep because of late night vibes, alcohol on the table and flickering lights. Couldn't sleep from the war downstairs, counted every second that you didn't care. Gave up and now I carry the cost. You ruined our bond and now it's totally lost. And every hug you ever gave to me, didn't need it anyway, you'll see. All the love you ever gave to me was just an act to seem normally clean, but I didn't need you anyway. I said I didn't need you anyway, you'll see. All the love you ever gave to me was just an act to seem normally clean, but I didn't need you anyway, you'll see. But I didn't need you anyway, you'll see.
The Incredible Chocolate Gorilla, Didn't Need You Anyway. And wow, wait, that's picked the vibe up a little bit, Anna, hasn't it? That's going to get you bouncing around the studio. Oh my goodness. What a diverse range from You're Still the Same, absolutely beautiful, heartfelt, emotive, slowed down ballad type song, to that real kind of post-punk, garage rock, almost got that 90s grunge post-punk feel to it. Loved that song, loved the vibe. What a great talent those guys are. The Incredible Chocolate Gorilla, absolute, putting the incredible into that Chocolate Gorilla too, right? And don't forget, folks, you want to hit up the Incredible Chocolate Gorilla. They're on Instagram and Facebook, the Incredible Chocolate Gorilla, the Incredible Choc Gorilla on TikTok, because apparently someone beat them to the punch with the username there. So you can't win them all, folks, but there you have it. The Incredible Chocolate Gorilla, absolutely smashing it. So great to have them back on The Sound Remedy with me, Danny D, and right here on the only station dedicated to unsigned artists and emerging talents, Sonic Scout Radio. And wow, wait, another strong contender for the Song of the Week, Didn't Need You Anyway. And if you think that you've got Song of the Week, do not forget, at TSR Danny D is the handle on Instagram and TikTok, and you can always email me directly, danny@sonicscoutradio.com, to get your submissions in. If you think you could be the next Incredible Chocolate Gorilla, you get in touch, you let me know about it, direct me to your stuff. I'm more than happy to take a listen to it. Charlie submitted to the station and I jumped on it. I was like, that is coming on us. And you saw, we've just done a mini takeover. So if you're good and if you've got that kind of incredible vibe, we'd be more than happy to get you on and even do like an interview, a mini takeover, and get to know you a little bit better. Someone once told me that, like, when you're pushing your music out there, it's not necessarily all about the sound. Sometimes it's the story too, right? Connecting with people on a personal level. And then if they're feeling your music, hey, that's even better, right? But you know, we sometimes we get caught up in the humdrum of numbers and streams and all this kind of stuff, and we forget actually it's about connection. Who you're making the music for. I've been drawn to a few unsigned artists recently, one or two people that they're on the brink of being signed, these guys, you know, and they're saying, who am I making the music for? I'm making it for you. Making it for us, making it for ourselves too, right? Sometimes it's that cathartic release. It's the only way that we can put those emotions out is through music. This is why we love it so much. And this is why we all kind of join together through music, so we can experience those emotive moments and experiences together. And that is the beauty of it. Now, on the Sound Remedy, we aim to bring healing to those suffering playlists, and I think we might have just about done that this week. Boy, incredible stuff. Kicked off with Slim Blues, returning champ, shout out to Slim Blues, and the incredible one featuring none other than Alan Partridge. How about that? We followed up with a mini takeover from a serious, I tell you what, this girl's gonna storm the scene. Come December, you watch this EP just absolutely fly. Can't wait to see that happening. And I tell you what, to be at the start of that journey with Charlie, what an incredible privilege that is.
Only on Sonic Scout.
New single from Marley Ray. Accomplished stuff too, like Marley Ray working with some absolute big names out there in the scene. A massive shout out to you. Can't wait to hear what is coming next. She promises there are more releases on the horizon, so make sure you don't miss a beat. And hopefully we'll be featuring some of those right here on the Sound Remedy, only on Sonic Scout Radio.
Your weekly cure to the common playlist.
But once again, everybody, it is about that time, isn't it? Can you believe it? Where does the time go? We have absolutely flown through this hour. I don't know how we managed to do it, folks, but we are here and we are about to close out with an absolute banger. You know, we have to do it. We might slow things down in the middle. We try and kick off with a banger. We try and play some incredible, if not more, slowed down stuff in the middle. And then we try and close you down with a big old banger too. And we've got one lined up for you right now. Now, I go trawling around the depths, the annals of the unsigned world quite a lot. I will be out there raking through the undergrowth of what is up and coming out there. And every so often, I'll stumble on a little gem, a little shining diamond in the dirt, screaming up to me. And that is exactly what I found with this next act. I'm telling you something. I first heard this song and I was like, this is how you close out a Sound Remedy show. This is how you do it. Psycho Scally. Now, a few people are potentially going to know who I'm talking about, but for those who don't, this is an exciting band out of Manchester, England, that combines rock, hardcore, nu metal, and even some rap. Psycho Scally are easily one of the best things to come out of Manchester at the moment, says Jarred Up. Now, I'll tell you what, they're an act that I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to, and I've seen footage only very briefly online of some of their live shows, and they look wild. If you want to go and catch these guys live, make sure you go ahead and do so. I caught up with Jake from Psycho Scally, who said this next song that we're about to play is coming out again on November 28th. So this is a re-release. Try saying that a few times when you had a couple of drinks. Re-release of Psycho Scally Mantra. The Psycho Scally Mantra from Psycho Scally. What an incredible song it is. We absolutely love it. And what a way to close out the Sound Remedy. This is Psycho Scally with the Psycho Scally Mantra.
all that. All you're good at is doing what you're told, and what you're told ain't really it. Obedient like, straight up drink. I ain't playing that. I'll graft what I can and get lifted. I'll do what I want, when I want, and then I'll get twisted. You know what your problem is? What you think you know is what's holding you back. Gotta clear your mind, unpick your stitching. You never know what you'll find.
Scally and the Psycho Scally mantra. Oh yeah, that is how you close out a show, baby. What a song that is. Thank you so much to Psycho Scally and the Psycho Scally mantra, available on all the big streamers from November 28th. Psycho Scally on X, Instagram and TikTok. Psycho SCALLY, Psycho Scally. Go ahead and check him out. Absolutely incredible. This is what we do at Sound Remedy, right? The amount of genres we've covered today, I'm telling you what. Eclectic and then some. What a journey it's been. Thank you all so much for coming on it with me. And don't forget, if you've got the next big record, don't sit on it. Submit it. Get online. Submit it directly to me. Danny@sonicscoutradio.com is the email address that you need. You can submit directly through the website. You can do it through the app at TSR Danny D on Instagram and on TikTok. And I look forward to hearing all of your incredible music as soon as possible. You know, every week we dig out more and more stuff, and it just makes me think, wow, wait, what's coming next week? And I just can't wait, and I know you can't too. Until then, make sure you keep it locked to the only station dedicated to emerging artists and unsigned talent right here on Sonic Scout Radio. And I look forward to seeing you on the next Sound Remedy. Until then, keep those playlists sharp and those ears wide open, baby, because you don't know what's coming next.
Sonic Scout Radio.